So I've been an entrepreneur running a small video production company since 2016, and it's been rocky sometimes to say the least. Really feast or famine. The pandemic was really difficult. Difficult clients come up sometimes. Having no clients is stressful. People not paying on time. And a host of other challenges makes it hard sometimes. It has its advantages too, like flexibility, no earning cap. I developed so many skills that I might not have otherwise, been pushed out of my comfort zone. But over the last few months, I've really been missing the steady paycheck as the last few years have really seen like peaks and valleys with, especially with COVID, with the post COVID economy, some mistakes that I made financially, and with some clients that honestly just are really not paying on time the way that they should be. But I've recently taken a job, like a normal job with a boss, with coworkers, biweekly paychecks, all of it. And in many ways, it's kind of the best of both worlds. I have a fairly flexible schedule with flexible hours. I'm working from home most of the time. I manage my own time and my workload. I'm still doing video work with it. But like when the first paycheck hit my bank account, like I found myself feeling a huge sense of relief. And I realized like it's not a weakness to take a job, part time, full time, whatever. Like as an entrepreneur, sometimes the idea of taking a full time or a part time job feels like you've lost, you're surrendering, you're giving in, you're giving up. You've somehow failed as an entrepreneur, but I don't believe that that is true. My business still exists. I still have my own clients. I still have no cap on my earning potential if I get myself into a really good spot financially with my business, and I can decide whether or not keeping this job is for me. I can step away or I can end up loving it and continue. I can close down my business and do that full time if I decide to. I have options. So often I think of everything in really binary terms, a byproduct of my years in fundamental religion, good or evil, right or wrong, heaven or hell. And, I often carry that into everything in my life, even though I have long left Christianity. And so I've taken that as you're either an entrepreneur or you have a 9 to 5 job. And whichever you choose, you're stuck there forever. There is no getting out of that. And, while career does have, things like career ladders, that's a real thing. Many of us millennials and younger generations often like we just don't have that career ladder path. We're jumping into different places of employment. We're running side hustles, we're starting businesses, we're closing businesses. And I've realized that's okay. And wanting some sort of stability is okay. Like it's not a weakness, it's not a failure to want to hold some stability while I'm working on my dreams. Having that stability doesn't mean that I'm giving up on my goals. Honestly, for like the last couple years, what my dreams are hasn't even been super clear because I've just been in that feast or famine hamster wheel. Like, is my goal to own my own business? Is my goal to grow on YouTube? Is it to have a steady job, have money in the bank, and pursue my love of filmmaking and videography on the side without having to tie money to it? And that's something that I'm able to start sorting out now. But for anyone who's like me and has been doing the entrepreneur thing, running a small business, doing a side hustle, and you're longing for more stability, even just for a season, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not a failure, you're not weak. You're entering a different season, and it can just be a season and you're not stuck there. If, you take that path, you can always step away from it again and go back to, being a full-time entrepreneur if your life shifts again. And like that's a really amazing and freeing idea that I'm really honestly I'm playing with for myself, because it's not something that I have really thought about with that binary thinking of it's either or. Like I can choose to work 20 hours a week at a job and 20 hours on my business, or 30 hours on my business, or however much I want to work. Like I have that option, and that can even change month to month. And obviously there's things you got to make sure you get done for the job, there's things you got to get done for the business, but there is a lot of flexibility in that. There is some flexibility in knowing that hey, I'm going to get paid on, the second and the fourth Friday of every month, or kind of however that works, and that there will be a flow of money coming in, and that I can make, some short and long term financial plans, rather than just not knowing, am I going to book a lot of clients? Am I not going to book a lot of clients? And it's like when I book clients now, it's like, hey, this is an extra awesome, amazing bonus that I can make the dreams come, happen faster. So for me, it's a very exciting thing. It's a very cool thing. So I hope that this video maybe encourages you a little bit if you're in that space where you're longing for that stability if you don't have it, or if you're feeling like maybe you're feeling stuck in your job, and maybe like hearing this video will sort of like flip things and go, oh, I could also pursue running a business on the side and kind of see how this thing works. But anyway, guys, that's my thoughts for the day. If you enjoyed, consider subscribing, and I will catch you in the next video.